computer. There. Okay. Sorry, Pete. Carry on.
Right. Yeah. So basically, like, when you get onto um, the peripheries around yesterday, I had a lovely day and met some great people. But from an actual game point of view, I think you could see from the first 2 minutes that it was going to be a typical Nathan Jones, Charlton performance, if you know what I mean, all the stupid stalling tactics, flipping people going down injured, flipping goalies trying to fall on the floor pretending they're injured. But then, to be fair, they're not the only team that does that, are they? We were the masters at it. It's a horrible thing to watch because you
Yeah.
know damn well they're not injured. And I've said it before, and
I
I
think as
you know
soon
when
as you see that setup, Pete, with five at the back, you know you're in for a tough afternoon, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I said to your mate Mike Halsey when we was having a waffle a few months ago, like all this thing about people going down with fake head injuries and that. I would do a protocol of that. Okay, if you've got that, you go to the sidelines and you can't come back on the pitch for 10 minutes,
Mm.
and the game carries on. It'd stop it like a shot. It really would. I understood what Mike's saying. He says, "Well, we can't take a risk and everything," and that's fair enough. But there was instances yesterday where it was just absolutely blatantly play acting, and it was done to disrupt our sort of like how we were playing. First half, exactly what you said, Steve. We did okay without being completely free flowing. We bossed the game. Glad we went 1-0 up. I thought I'll come out the second half and get that second goal, put the game to bed and everything.
I have to
But
say though, Pete, before you go on, what a
yeah,
great goal that was by Clara, wasn't it? What a header!
what a fantastic delivery
Yeah,
from Tommy
yeah.
there, as well. Um, yeah,
The header was
almost.
brilliant. You know, I mean, he just, I mean, there's no one near him, but he rose really high, and the power from it and the direction was perfect. When it, I mean, it was like a shot, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, and we can get, like you say, it's almost like normal service resumed playing at home. I thought the atmosphere was a bit flat amongst the crowd yesterday, almost like we've become that used to turning teams over
Yeah.
at home. It's nothing to get overexcited about. Um, we were just expecting the floodgates to open. Charlton looked a very poor team. Their goalkeeper looked dodgy. We were playing okay, apart from the fact that their one bloke missed a sitter that he should have scored when we were fannying about
Yeah,
with
that
his
was yeah, yeah. I
back.
forget who it was. Yeah,
Everything's all set. Came out second half, and within the first sort of like 5 minutes of the second half, you could see what was happening. Um, we were getting overrun in the midfield there. Um, whether it was outnumbered or whatever,
I think we
I
went
don't know.
deeper.
You're more of a tactician than me, Steve. But from what I was seeing, that they were walking through us through the midfield. Whether they had more numbers in there, they
It was
tweaked.
worrying, really. I think we looked a little bit stretched at times, but we defended a bit deeper straight away. And
Yeah,
usually, I mean, Chris Davis wouldn't tell him to do that. I mean, it's just sometimes a natural thing to do when you one up like that is to defend a bit deeper, try and keep what you got. But then it turned into like the crowd was getting a bit edgy, weren't they? And the play wasn't good, and Charlton were breaking it up at every chance. And it started to be like, fucking hell, you know, when they scored, you could see something horrible going wrong, couldn't you, really?
yeah, but I mean, like I'm looking at it and I'm seeing that we're getting stretched around in midfield, and I'm thinking, well, if ever you're going to make a substitution, I'd love to bring Leonard in to
Yeah,
give
that's
us
what I thought.
that extra man in the middle there. But for whatever reason, and I mean, I really like Leonard to bits and whatever. When Pake's off it, he you know that he'll always stay on, don't you?
Yeah.
And
He does seem to be the automatic choice, Pake, and just recently he hasn't been the same away from home that he is at home. And but yesterday he wasn't on it at all, really, was he?
no, when he is on it, he's absolutely fabulous. But
He's a
it's
great player.
pretty obvious that since he's come back from that shoulder injury, okay, he hit that screamer against Watford and everything. Oh yeah, that's great. But I think it's been pretty obvious that he's playing through that pain barrier or for whatever it is. But he hasn't been on it. But he'll never get hooked, will he?
No, and he doesn't get as involved as Leonard, does he?
No,
You know, I mean, the thing with Pake is I think sometimes you don't realise he's on the pitch, but actually he's doing quite a good job. Uh, do you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like he's one of those players that is in the background, and when he's not there, you do miss him. But Leonard is a lot more action. You know, I would have bought Leonard on yesterday, definitely, and I was a bit surprised when Stansfield went off.
yeah. I mean, we chatted
Again,
about this.
Richard.
Morning,
It- it-
guys.
all right, mate. We just
Morning.
talked about the game yesterday.
Yeah, hi, Steve. Hi, Pete.
Hey,
Hello, mate. All right.
Yeah,
um,
good, mate.
we got Clive and Angus here as well, and Dave. But Dave's gone to wake his wife up. I don't know what he's doing to her.
I'm here. I can listen to everything.
That would wake
Plug,
him up.
plugged her in the socket somewhere.
Yeah, so I think that midfield is a little bit. Uh, uh, when you look back at it, and it was Iwata and Pake, and like they started against QPR, you can see straight away that doesn't work anymore, does it?
No.
Then when Doyle came on, it looked better, but I still think better again with Doyle and Leonard. I just do. I mean, Pake can. It's a hard one. I mean, Pake's a really good footballer.
Yeah, he is, and when he's on it, absolutely, he should be playing. But he has struggled since he's come back with that, dislocated shoulder. I'm sure a lot of players wouldn't even have been
He
near the
wouldn't have been
first.
back.
You
No.
know, fair play to him for playing through the pain barrier. But if he's not on it, then you have to think, well, hang on, I'll put someone on here to try and stem the flow of Charlton coming through us. For
Yeah.
their goal, I know a lot of people will just straight away point the finger at Clara. But if you could actually see, it's almost like he was expecting Cochrane to be a bit more close to him, and it's almost like he'd passed the bloke onto Cochrane who wasn't there, and then their blokes got the crossing. Like you say, there was luckily for it wasn't Beadle who palmed the ball out into a crowd that ended up with the ball going in the net, because we know all that would
Yeah.
have happened there. But then we got our second wind, and we had a good go. And fair play to Davis for looking to win the game, checking off, all this thing about him not having a plan B. Well, he almost like went with three at the back, didn't
He
he?
did go with three at the
By
back.
taking Newman off.
Yeah. But he didn't go defensive.
And we had,
He went three. I think the formation was 3-8 or 3-7. You know,
yeah.
that's what it was
I
like. And I
mean,
mean, even Allsop was coming up to the halfway line. It all changed when Demi hit the bar, didn't it? Suddenly, the crowd got up. The team suddenly
yeah,
looked alive again. And but it was that like final ball again. We didn't have that cutting edge. And I don't know. It's like you said about Cochrane, Pete. Just to pick up on that. Cochrane is he's a good left back for the Championship, but he lacks pace. And what happens there when he doesn't get close to his man is, if you've got a player here that's wide on the right and Cochrane's here at left back trying to come in, he's not going to go into him because he's going to get done for pace all the time. So he stays away from him and cuts him off. Now, that's all right, providing the player doesn't get something off before he reaches Cochrane. It happens time and time again with Cochrane, just not quick enough. And it's like Clara look at fault sometimes. And this is the other thing, though, with Clara not being left-sided. He finds it difficult to tackle on the left, Clara does. He's not like he's on the right. So, it raises the question again about Neumann, doesn't it? I don't know. Because he doesn't.
Yeah, but like you'd got Dimmy, he'd hit the bar with a fantastic effort there. Well, the second time he did the woodwork, whatever you call it, metal work these days, don't you? Aluminium work.
Yeah.
Made the goalie work for a thing. But the substitutes that come on there, we had Keshi, who everybody loves to bits for his work rate and whatever, but his final ball was absolutely woeful. We've got Kyojo.
And you know what? He looks a bit overweight to me.
Yeah. Well, my point is that obviously, like, Dykes has proved Linden has proved in the past that he can be that impact substitute. With Kumas, Keshi, and Kyojo, that they don't seem to sort of like have an impact. And then you start to read, how can you expect people to come on for 10 minutes and change a game? They need to be starting. Surely the way it works is that you do something in your minutes that you're given, and that gives the manager a headache to think, well, hang on, he deserves to be starting.
I don't think, I would have Dykes on the pitch to start before Ducks, I would, but I don't think either of them are starters, to be honest. This is why, we need a striker in the window, because we haven't got one. We got Stansfield. Now, against QPR in the week, Stansfield played in the 10 and Ducks was up front. Well, yesterday, Ducks was up top and Stansfield was up top and Ducks was in the 10. Now, all right, he played a bit deeper. He did touch the ball. He's got a nice little touch now and again, Ducks. But we lost Stansfield in the 10. So, Stansfield can't be in two places, can he? And we noticed, I think, yesterday, that was one of the big things in the first 45, 50 minutes, because Ducks was playing behind Stansfield this time. We missed Stansfield being a bit deeper. It's like you can't win with that, and you shouldn't be making space for a player if he isn't playing well. And I was just saying, Pete, before you come on, the one thing like yesterday it really did me head in with Ducks was when he was put through on the right, just inside the penalty area, going into Tilton. It was like a break. He got a defender to his left, and he just backheeled the ball. Now, there's no one behind him. He didn't look. He could have put his foot on the ball and stopped, but he decided to backheel it. Charlton defender picked it up. Charlton got possession. I mean, Chris Davis would go fucking mental at that.
Yeah, I mean, there was another one where...
You remember that?
I haven't seen it back, but there was one where it almost looked from, because we're in the Gil Merrick sort of thing, it looked as if he was almost like clean through and the bloke had brought him down, but the referee gave a free kick to Charlton for whatever reason. I haven't seen that one back, so perhaps that's just me thinking it was yet another poor decision.
I don't think there were any sort of clear penalties or anything, any really bad decisions. I think he messed about a bit when it was really bad actually. When was it Lee Byrne that went off? He was sick on the touchline with concussion, and fucking Jones made him go back on. And then, like at the start of the second half, he like got dizzy, didn't he, and fell down. Do you remember that?
Yes, yeah.
Like Lee Byrne, he was sick on the pitch. On the side of the pitch. Now, the referee surely must should have done something. But
That was mentioned. It was
Jones being
mentioned.
Jones, he made him go, he pushed him back on. I mean, he'd obviously got some sort of concussion, hadn't he? I think. But what do you reckon?
There, weren't there?
Huh?
Did you see that, Pete?
Yeah.
There were actually paramedics looking at it.
Well,
Not just the trainers, not the Charlton trade medic team. There were paramedics looking at him. It was that's totally wrong. There's protocol there that if you've got a concussion injury, you don't come back on. And like you were saying, Pete,
yeah,
at the very least, it should be 10 minutes that you. How Nathan Jones can overrule a concussion protocol,
I think
I
it is
really
just,
don't know.
I think it is just an advisory thing. I don't think it has to be applied. Otherwise the referee wouldn't have let it happen, would he? I'm sure about that. But it just looked a bit wrong, didn't it?
yeah. But Steve saying that the referee, or it's the same referee who we had for the Ipswich game who gives penalties that aren't penalties, and he lets the Charlton forward flipping drop the nut on on the goalkeeper, who also did make a bit of a meal of it. And to be honest,
he did. In all fairness, also looked like he'd been shot, and he hardly touched him.
The way he'd reacted to get the reaction off the bloke, weren't the best. But you can't go around flipping dropping the nut on people, which is what the bloke did. Well, moved his head towards somebody, and the ref seen it. The linesman's been in his ear, and he gives a yellow card.
Well,
I don't know.
Got a yellow as well.
Yeah, yeah, I know. That was for his initial reaction from the start of the melee. But it is what it is. You can't blame a ref for what happened.
Yeah, and what they did was they successfully, stopped us playing, didn't they?
Yeah.
Through whatever means they could.
Yeah. Then of course the social media storm. I've made a personal decision to just not read social media.
Yeah.
After
But Beck said she had a lot. I mean, we don't get an awful lot of it, but Beck said she'd removed a fair bit last night. But I wouldn't be looking at the other groups. I mean, Jesus, some of the stuff on there is like.
But I've had a look on it, and I mean, I'm part of a WhatsApp group, and it's almost like it's a dig at the project, really. And you see it on other things, is that everyone's entitled to their opinion, and it's great that we can have a debate on here. And then the next line that comes up is, Dimmy is absolutely fucking shit. He's bone idle and shouldn't be. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, but why would I
stop?
Is that an opinion, or have you been smoking wacky backy or something?
Well, number one, it's totally wrong. Number two is it's abusive.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? But I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, everyone's entitled to an opinion. There's ways of expressing an opinion, but it's almost like, it's great that I can call Dimmy a clown and say he's lazy and say he's shit when he so blatantly isn't.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? I mean, they don't understand what they're watching, mate. They really don't. It's like
that is not an opinion. That is just total fucking lunacy. But hey ho, yeah, it's great to have a debate, isn't it?
I mean, the thing that always keeps me sane is that our numbers in the project constantly increase. You know, we don't go backwards and we don't stay still, and that tells you that you're doing something right. Like when you've got 24,000 members over 2 years, and it's continually increasing, then there's more people coming than there are going. I mean, we get rid of a lot of people every week, don't we, Pete? Because you get new members and they think it's just like tilt the lines or something, so they come on and they go like, you're fucking shit, or so and so's a clown, fucking gone, like that. They're thrown out, and they don't understand that that sort of stuff it isn't really acceptable. If he went to work and he didn't do his day's job, if his boss come to him and said, "You're a fucking clown, what are you doing? You joker, you shit," they'd be taken to court for unfair dismissal or something, wouldn't they?
You've got to be careful as well, because there's lots of people who cease. I mean, potentially, as 24,000 people, 10,000 of them have got children under 8 years of age, or under 10 years of age. I mean, I'm all for opinions. You've got to have opinions, but and you can say that something isn't right, but as soon as you use language and make it personal, then you've lost the argument, you've lost respect and everything. Don't mean say, Allsop had a poor game, in my opinion, yesterday, but maybe he'll get better next time. Be constructive, be constructive. I'm not saying Allsop had a bad game. I was going to use that as an excuse, as an example.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I don't think anyone had a particularly good game. I think Clara played really well. He looked solid. If you had to pick one to say did play well, it was probably Clara. Dimmy as well had a good game. Apart from that, I don't know.
Suppose if there's anything in life where opinions are needed, football is one of them, because that's why we're on this project at the moment, because we've got opinions. Without opinions, this project wouldn't have started.
No, you're right. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, of course, what time is it? In an hour's time, our first Christmas party starts.
Oh, excellent.
Which we're really excited about. Did you see the photo of the grotto, Pete?
I did. Absolutely unbelievable generosity of so many people wanting to help others less fortunate than.
Brilliant. I mean, and I'm saying this not to big the project up, but to let people know what we do with their money. We put £500 straight in, and we're going to put some more money in over the next couple of weeks. But like our 500 quid, we got the grottos, and I think there's something like 200 quid's worth of, the wristbands, Pete.
Yeah.
We spent about 200 quid on those, because every child's got a wristband in their bag. And don't forget we got two grottos, one today and one next Sunday when we have the children in care party. It's sort of a shame that we couldn't mix them in it, really, but it's not really possible, because the children in care, you have to have more safeguarding and blah blah blah, But it'll be good, I think we've got like 60 or 70 kids going today, and obviously 70 at least adults accompanying them. And fair play to Burnsy, who's given us the club he's given us Diggities for nothing. He's worked his socks off himself to make it look right. His staff have been brilliant, and then we've got the homeless dinner on Christmas Day for 50 people, but we've only managed to get about 15 definite people that want to go so far. So, but Burns is doing the cooking and that for that, So everyone's generosity and help is absolutely fantastic. It really is.
It's absolutely fantastic, mate. But in a way, that would bring me to my next point. Really, is that sort of like, so before the game yesterday, I've popped into the old Sam Weller's. It's called the Railway now, and Oh my God! It was like a walk back in time, mate.
Where's Sam Willis? Is it the old Sarah Moons? Is the old hole in the wall? Sam Willis by
Bright Street, John Bright Street.
the parasol
John
line.
Bright Street Way. Yeah, it's called the Railway now. So I'm in there. The first person I bump into is Loz. He's come over from New York for the game today. Oh, all right, Loz, how you doing? Then you meet flipping crazy horse Andrew Davies, come up from the south of France there with his missus. Hello, mate, how you doing? Then you meet sort of like Gibbo, who's come up from Devon for the game. All right, Gibbo, and it was the who's who of lads who were there in the dark days.
Yeah.
You'd got sort of like Keith and Cuds and his lot were in there as well. The place was rammed. Now, some people have aged a lot better than others. It's easy to say, but there couldn't have been anyone under the age of 50 in there. So some look 35, some look 95, but we were all basically about the same age. But you looked around, you think, well, this is proper blues to me. I'm not saying proper blues is to go in a pub or whatever, but it's just the core of people that were there through the bad times and hopefully be around for the good times.
I think as well, like to look at the way it's progressed with blues. I was thinking about it yesterday because with our 8 groups, one of the groups within the 8 is Zulus in your community. So what started off really as a firm, has progressed into, not to say that they can't like still have a little fallout if they want, but these guys have put, like Keith Batchelor, Cuddles has put so much hard work into this thing that we're doing over these few days, and of course Tony Routley as well, who's from Central Blues Travel. But that whole sort of hooligan culture thing has grown into being a community project as well, and they're respected everywhere, and it's nice that is when you see the two sides of it. It's all right calling them what you want to call them, but they also do an awful lot for the community.
Yeah, but like you say, my point being there, Steve, is like you say, is that hardcore of blues who've been there and done it and would probably watch a game yesterday, have a little moan whilst the game's on, but that's it then. On to the next one. Yeah. And then we've got social media blues, which it ain't just blues, it's everywhere, doesn't it? It's a horrible world. And it's not, it's one that I've consciously decided to try and keep away from, apart from having a moan to you on a Sunday morning. That's my mental health way of getting a few things off my chest, rather than flipping.
I was talking to Carl about it last night, and it's what we've said before, Pete. Like with the new ground coming and that, it could be for me like the final sort of parting of the ways. I'll still support them, I'll still watch them, but it won't be quite the same for me. I think it will be different, and I don't know, but that's what I think. I can't imagine us playing somewhere else, and I can't imagine not having St Andrews and having these big rich American owners. I was talking to a woman in her 80s the other day at the gym, who is a Man City supporter, and she was saying she sort of craves the days of the Kippax and Main Road. And when I was talking to Mark Halsey on, Mark's a referee, some of you have met him. I was talking to him on Tuesday. I did a podcast Monday, I think, about the QPR game. It was Monday, and and we were discussing. I'm not sure if it was actually live or if we were discussing it before we went recording it. But he was talking about the same sort of thing, and he was saying the difference between the London Stadium and Upton Park is probably the starkest uh, comparison you can have, because Upton Park was horrible. Everyone was on top of you, like Mark said, refereeing there with the chicken run just on the side there and all, was horrible place to referee. I mean, you referee there now or stand on the pitch there at the London Stadium, and you're like the crowd's about 3 miles away from you, you know.
Yeah, but like I absolutely love this this people talking platform here, to have a talk with people who are more than welcome to disagree with me, and it's great that we can have a little chat about it all and whatever, rather than put myself through reams and reams of bile on social media where the main blues platform is attracts the worst of it anyway.
It's absolutely
I'd lie to say that I don't look at it, but I don't look at it after a game. I'll look at it the next day, because when you used to look at it after a game, I personally, I don't know anybody else's, when you disagree with somebody, when somebody's saying Dimmy's a lazy, useless clown, you get wound up, and that's no good to anybody. It's football at the end of the day is a game. There's no need to get overwound up about it. Watching a game itself is, can be stressful sometimes. You're that invested in it, but to have to sort of like get wound up reading other people's bile.
Well, it's a thing where you can't, and this is why usually forums like that, there's probably about 7 or 8 people that make the majority of comments, and because those are the ones that if you argue with them, they just go for you. Do you know what I mean? And it's just wrong. That is. So people are scared to comment. So, I mean, it's one of the reasons I started the project, because when I used to go on Chiltern Alliance all the time, and I had that all the time, because it was at the time when when the takeover was going on with what's his name, Richardson and Lopez, and I was saying from day one it ain't going to happen. Like it's just not going to happen. Richardson, I think, had his heart in the right place, but as soon as Lopez got involved, it was just a piss take. And then when they did all that stuff, like parading players around in January, when we'd signed Asante and they got their arm around him and everything, and an hour later he got an Albion shirt on, and then the presser on the car park, the famous presser on the car park that they did, it just weren't going to happen. But I was making that comment on Chiltern Alliance, and I got absolutely slaughtered for it from all angles, And in the end, I thought, you know what? I'm fucking going to start my own group. And that's what started the project, was that. So that's what's born from it, really. And I think the one thing I always say to people, if they don't like what we do, I say, go and start your own group, and then you can have it exactly how you want it, which is what we did. And they don't like that. But it is honestly what happened. That is honestly what happened. And the other thing they say is freedom of speech. I've got freedom of speech. You haven't.
No.
If we don't like what you're saying here, you ain't going to say it here. You can go and say it somewhere else, but you won't be saying it here. I think freedom of speech, I don't know what I think it is. It's like...
Unfortunately, it's the future. I want social media. And unfortunately, there's no other answer. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. So we, as a group, have got to rely on the Steves and the Peter Allens and people like that to give it some kind of a so it's a fair platform. I know what you mean, sir. It's not stopping people having an opinion about something. It's stopping people being rude, nasty, threatening, and I suppose verbally violent, and having an opinion. That is wrong. We got to eradicate that. There's no need for it, and your group, the group here, does a fabulous job, because if it weren't police like it is, I wouldn't be here now, Steve. I wouldn't be talking to you guys now.
I think that's the majority of people in the group as well. You know, they wouldn't, and that's why they stay with us. But I think the other thing with that is it's a real shame that the club can't have bigger kahunas and stand up to it, but they don't. And they don't do it because they don't want to upset anyone. But it's sort of selling yourself cheap, isn't it, really?
Can I just butt in a minute, Steve?
Yeah.
It was something we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, and I've just remembered. It takes me a long time to remember things. Remember a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that my dad ran a pub called the Acorn in Garrison Lane, and nobody could remember it.
Yeah.
It was an Ansell's pub. Right.
Yeah.
It was on the corner of Garrison Lane and Barwell Road. And it was, let me see. There was a second-hand shop next door. Then there was a pet shop. Then next door was Broadhurst Scrapyard. So that Pete might remember Broadhurst Scrapyard. And then there was some houses, and then the bridge over the canal. So I didn't make it up.
Up the back side of the Tilton, isn't it, at the back?
Yeah.
But I never used to get over that side.
Dave.
Yeah.
I'm sure I remember reading something about you know when the bombs were dropped in the Second World War round by St Andrews and that. Is that someone was killed? Either they were outside the Acorn or were
1941. I've just bloody I've just turned it off, but that is mentioned on there. 19.
Sorry.
There we go. Yeah, let me find it up again. Oh God. No, I can't find. But yes, somebody was killed there in 1941.
Yeah. So when you mentioned the Acorn, that was the first thing that come into my head. Oh God, yeah, I'm sure that was the pub round by the Blues ground where someone was killed by one of the bombs.
Yeah.
The Acorn I remember is the one up by Five Ways.
It was on the corner. Here we go. In 1940, the Acorn was on the corner of Garrison Lane and Barwell Road. My dad used to drink there until he was killed in May 1941 when a parachute landmine fell in Artillery Street.
Bloody hell. Parachute
So that's
the drone of the day.
Yeah, this is somebody called Junie Master Brummy. So it was her dad that was killed there in May 1941.
My word.
So yeah, that was a little bit of research I did.
It was
when you see the ground as well, because the main stand got hit, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, like I say, you know, in the fact that we got sort of like.
Did we play at Villa Park for a time?
All the factories around that area, it was prime.
Yeah.
Prime bombing target time, weren't it, round there?
I think we did play. Did we play at Villa Park for a time?
Did what?
Yeah.
Did we play at Villa Park for a short time?
I think we did.
Yeah.
Did you say?
That's a weird thing, isn't it?
Oh,
Playing at Villa Park, Jesus.
There's also, I was hoping my brother would come on today. I've told him about it. He lives in Australia. It was terrible what's happening in Australia, innit? On Bondi Beach.
What's happened?
12 people shot, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I see this morning 10 dead and so many injured.
Yeah.
Was that a terrorist attack?
There's
Palestine in Israel.
I don't know what it's all about, other than the people, 10 people or 12 people got killed on Bondi Beach.
Fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
two gunmen up and fired on Israeli festival or something, just killed them.
Oh, fuck that. Terrible. Absolutely awful. Not right, the world's gone crazy.
Yep.
And there's us getting wound up about football.
Yeah.
Page number 4, who pays up front. It puts everything in perspective, don't it?
Yeah. And I think fair play to the Aussies as well. You see what they've done this week with social media. They've banned accounts for anyone under 16.
And good idea, good.
Starts on the first. I think it starts on the 1st of January, but the account's already been taken down by Instagram and Facebook and all the other ones like what's the Chinese one?
TikTok.
Huh?
TikTok.
Yeah, all those. Yeah, so you can keep yours, Angus. You're over 16. On TikTok. But they've stopped all, they're stopping all under 16s using it. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder if that's going to put children in Australia at a loss in a way, because will it take away their skills, their IT skills? Because I know we all go, like kids on social media ain't the right thing, and it probably isn't. But all of us, when we got a bit of in the shit a bit, we all ask a kid to do it, don't we?
Yeah.
Because they know how to do it. They probably know how to do it because they use social media so much.
I should imagine, Steve, they'll find ways of getting on it. There'll be ways to get on it. So, I mean, anything's possible. People say, oh, you can't watch the football unless you've got Sky or you got this, you got that. Well, I was watching a football illegally in a club which I'm not naming.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
Well, see, I think Bet pays something like 80, 90 quid a month.
Well, my friend paid something like £122. 122.
When, illegally, apparently, you can watch that sort of stuff for 70 quid a year.
So they can.
No, I mean, I think Clive's on. Me and Clive's quite the same about a lot of the stuff that we think of. I'm not second guessing you here, Clive, but this whole sort of like social media. First thing you're thinking is, oh well, great, yeah, keep kids off social media, let them get out and play a flipping game of football and a game of cricket and whatever. Get out from rather than just be glued to the phones and that. But the social media, platforms and that, it's so good for researching stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to be bothered to go and look. Like say, Dave's just done looking up that thing about the iPhone and that. And there's information out there if you're prepared to go and look for things. The other side of it is that if you're logging on and only getting one narrative thrown at you, that's the narrative you're gonna believe, rather than think for yourself to try and check things out.
Well, that's the whole Google thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It can
really, you see what Google want you to see. So, when you search something, the analytics, and the more money you've got, basically, the higher up the listing you'll be. So, it's like, it's crazy.
I was reading, it can be, and it will be very, 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 very dangerous. 2 years ago in Middlesbrough, there was a site was out there searching for paedophiles, and I've still got these sites on there where I research and get paedophiles. Well, a few years ago in Middlesbrough, because of the intelligence of some of these people trying to do this research and going around and being nasty to these individuals who've had no justice thrown at them just yet, they damaged the house, they beat up a lady, and this lady, it was all because one of these people looked in her bins the night before and it said a certain name, and it said paediatrician consultant paediatrician. Now, these people from this group misunderstood paediatrician. I think you know where I'm coming from. And this lady got hurt, her house got damaged and everything because she was a consultant paediatrician.
I mean, the thing is, it's like, I mean, the level of stupidity there just is beyond belief, because as if someone's going to write you a letter, you know, Mr. Clive Murphy, paedophile, you know, your bill is due. You know what I mean? It's like, you know.
Google, it's happened in middle. Well, be careful what you're Googling. Sorry, I don't mean that. When I say Google it, be careful what you're doing. Don't do that. In fact, don't do it.
The whole thing is, you know, you can't uninvent the wheel, and the Aussies are trying to do it, and it ain't going to be successful, is it? You know, I mean, kids are too clever; they're going to find a way of doing that and getting around it, and you know. But at least someone's making a bit of a stance about it, because the big companies and the fines that they're going to hand out to the companies if they're found to have children under 16 having accounts are massive. You know, and you've got things like that, and then you look at the likes of Donald Trump and the stuff that he does, and then you know, I mean, Trump just rolls with a stick of a rod, doesn't he? You know, like, if you don't do this, we're going to beat you up, kind of thing. You know, fucking God, the world's going mad, isn't it?
Yeah. You've got to be careful. You've got to be careful. I don't like people who look on I'm friends with one or two. People might know my politics, and I know where I sit in politics. But even if I have debates and arguments, maybe arguments, say debate, I never make it personal. I never, if I disagree with somebody, agree to disagree. Because as I said so many times, when you start talking personal, you're you've lost the argument totally.
Well, I started that going down the political route then, and I think we'll just do a quick reverse on that anyway, because it ain't something we want to do on here. Everyone's got their own opinions, and
of course I have.
Yeah, and we don't have to be abusive to each other.
I was hoping. I can ask you guys there. I was hoping my brother was coming on from Australia, because I tell him about the group. I say it's not just about football; it's about mental health and all that. And he's just been diagnosed with, I can't pronounce it without me teeth, a colic where you can't eat certain foods. COELIC, colic. Weak flour. You can't eat weak flour.
Oh, celiac.
Celiac.
Yeah. Is any of you suffer with that or know anybody?
I know someone that does, yeah.
I wanted him to come on because he gets all upset, and I said, "Come on, there might be someone on there who can help you." Obviously, you couldn't make it.
I know. When I worked in cardiac rehab and that, because you deal with a lot of people that have issues, and there's quite a few celiacs around. The only issue that you have with celiac, and it's not as bad as it was, is that you have to buy specialised foods.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the chemists and that sell them. Places like Holland and Barrett sell them, but they're a lot cheaper now than they used to be. It used to be really, really expensive. Now you can live pretty much a normal life as a celiac.
Yeah, and the other thing is, Clive,
if you eat the wrong thing, it'll make you sick. You know.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I know somebody, Clive, who's been celiac for about 40 years.
Yeah,
and certain stuff like the bread, she used to get on prescription.
Oh yeah.
But
she can't have yeast or something.
But she can't get it on prescription anymore, because there's a lot of people now that say they think they've got a reaction to wheat, and they think they are celiac. And now you'll go to places like Morrison's where there's a whole section of celiac food. So she has to pay for it now, which she's in her 80s now, so she's a little bit upset about that. But what she does like now is fish and chip shops she can go and have she can have fish and chips that is
Celiac sausage.
yeah, she can have all kinds of bloody stuff, honestly.
What
Even now, her husband loves real ale, and she does, but she can't drink it because of the way it's brewed. So she's always drunk cider, but now she can find beer that is suitable for celiacs. And she goes to the pub where my wife works, and she can have a carvery which is completely celiac friendly. So
it's not gluten free. Gluten free.
Yeah, it's the same sort of
gluten-free.
thing.
Gluten, that's it. That's what I was. As long as it's gluten free, you can
Yeah,
get gluten free. You can get gluten free batter. You can get gluten free beer. You can get gluten free bread.
Marks and Spencer's, Tesco, pizzas,
Yeah, yeah.
and everything I've
Yeah.
told Michael that.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll be
shame
I've
fine.
got gluten-free bread on prescription.
Eh?
I've seen it.
Uh-huh.
You can still get it on prescription, can you?
Yeah, in Boots I got loads of it.
Oh, right.
We do deliver it out, so
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
you would, yeah. Mhm.
She
I've
was complaining that she couldn't get it, so I'll have to tell her.
yeah, definitely, mate.
I've got a question for you all now, because I mean we're all about roughly the same age. And here you mentioned like fish and chips. When was the last time you went in a chip shop and asked for fish and chips?
12 years ago.
10 years ago, because
Long time,
they
yeah.
don't have them over here.
Long time.
When we used to grow up, weren't it like Friday was always the chip night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get sent round to the chip shop, and there was only one show in town, weren't it? It was fish and chips.
Yeah.
The biggest choice you had was whether you was going to have cod or whether you was going to have haddock.
Yeah.
But it was fish and chips. These days, you go into a chip shop, and it's almost like fish is the last thing that you'd ever buy there. One, because it's so fucking expensive these days. Fish, Jesus Christ!
Oh,
You actually,
fish and chips, Pete. I bet you're talking about £11 now. Must be £11, £12 for fish and chips.
I mean, I'm exactly the same. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I go in there, I'll have pasty and chips, or I'll have kebab meat and chips, something like that.
Now you're talking, Peace. Now you're talking kebab.
Yeah, well, that's
meat
mad,
and
that,
chips.
isn't it? Will someone tell me what animal a kebab is? What's kebab meat?
Lamb.
What is it?
Allegedly lamb. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Kebab meat. You imagine this sort of fucking animal, don't you? A kebab.
I'll send you some over, Steve.
But
I'll send you a packet off.
Yeah, it's madness, and because of course over here it's totally different. Things are a lot cheaper over here, except for lamb. Lamb is absolutely through the roof in Spain. I don't know what it's like in the UK. It's always been a slightly more expensive meat, I think, hasn't it?
It ain't cheap. It ain't cheap in the UK. And my late mum, bless her, would always buy New Zealand lamb because New Zealand lamb was cheaper than buying British lamb. And it's like, how does that frigging? It's like, how the frigging hell does that work? But we very rarely have lamb in our house because it's so bloody expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not joking. I looked the other day in a supermarket down there, and the lambs here, if you see sheep here, they're like greyhounds with some wool on them. So they're like dead skinny, and you see like the shepherds just walk them around the roads, and they look absolutely these animals. You look at them and think, fucking hell, like, is that a lamb? It is. But when you see the lamb chops, they're the skinniest little things you've ever seen in your life. And I was looking at a package in the supermarket the other day. It's like 6 of these fucking lamb chops. I wouldn't even call them that. And it was like 13 quid. I was like, Jesus, you just no way would you buy that. But you don't see like shoulder of lamb or anything over here. Leg of lamb. Anything like that is frozen. I don't know why. It's just must be the livestock in Spain, Yeah, pork is like really, really cheap, and it's really, really good.
Tell you what, I always try and get, Steve, is and everybody goes, why? Instead of lamb chops, I have a if I can get some mutton,
Oh,
because
mutton's great.
mutton, the that poor little lamb chop, that's about
Oh,
fucking 6 weeks old, isn't it? Now you get mutton, it's had plenty of time to eat loads of bloody grass, it's got loads of meat on it, and it's got loads of flavour in it. Thank you very much. That's what I'll have.
and
And
it's
it's
more than an adult instead of a child.
and
But
it's
but,
half a yeah, and it's half the price.
Yeah.
but
Mutton's nice if you make a curry. Mutton's bang on.
you know, when we were kids, like I say, you go back like Friday was always fish and chips. That was your thing, weren't it? Friday's chip night, fish and chips. Saturday then became having curry after flipping 28 pints. So Saturday was your,
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
yeah. So Sunday was always the Sunday roast, weren't it? And
Yeah.
yet these days, it ain't Sunday. You have one roast a year, and that is bloody Christmas Day, innit?
Yeah.
I don't know who has Sunday roast. You have it, Pete.
No, I do what hell. Like I say, for the last, I live on bloody microwave food. I do.
Yeah.
Best
Same here.
microwaves are the best invention since the wheel, mate. They really are.
Air
You
fryers
get
are
an
good,
air
Pete.
fryer.
You say about Sunday lunch, Pete. I can remember my mum used to say, we were sort of getting up to sort of 15, 16 years old, and Dad would be down the pub, and we'd be out playing football or whatever on Sunday, and Mum would say, Sunday lunch 1:30, knowing damn well that Dad wouldn't be home from the pub until 2:15. And guess what used to start at 2:15 on a Sunday? Star Soccer. Star Soccer. And he used to say, we were at the game and the cameras were there, so we're going to be the first game on. So Mom used to get really upset with us because we had these fold-out stools. So instead of sitting at the dining table, we'd be sat with our Sunday lunch on the stools, sat on the settee, watching Star Soccer. It used to upset my mum something rotten.
Who's got a dining table?
I've still got a dining table, but it's
Yeah.
full of rubbish. We never sit at it.
See, like my house, I use the space for a dining table for this desk. So I've got like quite a big desk, which I have in a position now. I couldn't have a dining table as well; it'd be too much. But what do I need a dining table for? I live on my own, I'm never gonna. I clean my house sometimes. I think why do I bother? Like nobody ever comes in here except me. The odd burglar. But
So,
An old mate of mine, Steve, said, how often do you dust on? He said, twice a year. And some woman in there, she, twice a year. And he lived on his own in a 3-bedroom. He said, the dust only gets to 2 inches thick. It don't get any deeper than that. So I only need to do it twice a year.
I am actually clean, but I do think to myself sometimes, why'd you bother with any sort of ornamentation at all, But I do. But I went into my mate's house last night, Carl. Now he's married. Now his house has got loads of fucking lamps here and there and Christmas lights and all this business. And I've gone to him afterwards. I said, you got a lot of stuff out there. Some misses, suppose it's women in it. I don't know. I mean, Clive, have you got a woman in your life?
Yeah, I've got a very good friend. We've been best of friends for 22 years. She looks after her mum and dad in Aldridge. So I see her a few times a week, yeah, but I'm a very much a minimalist. I don't have much stuff around.
Yeah.
Minimalist.
well, I was going to say, I'm absolutely stuffed for bloody getting
nice,
Christmas
Clive.
decorations with our lunatic of a dog. Basically, you'd walk in our house and you wouldn't even know there was such a thing as Christmas. Can't put it because he'd have them all.
Same here. I don't have any Christmas decorations.
I
The reason
don't.
I'm asking you, Clive, isn't like to check out your sexual well-being or anything. I was just I was just wondering, out of the group of us, like, Angus,
Yeah, I'm okay, mate. I've got
have
my
you,
little Christmas tree up. You can't see it.
have
Sorry.
you got like a woman in your life? Are you married or anything?
No. Oh, I used to be.
You
I was
don't
with,
have to answer these questions, by the way. I'm just,
I was with some, well, with some, but I was with my wife for 30 years. 11 years ago, I split up. I've been by myself ever since. It's better that way. I can do what I want, come and go when I please,
yeah,
have sausage, bacon, egg, and a beer at 3 in the morning. No one can say
yeah.
boo.
That's me as well. And I know Pete, we have been down to Fox and Grapes for a few years, so hopefully he's going to remain female free for a bit. We know
That's it.
Dave got a wife. You had to get her up this morning.
Yeah, there's actually four
Oh, that's a
females in the
nice
house.
photo, Clive.
Four females.
Put Clive's choppers on that photo, Jesus.
I got four females in the house because I've got the wife, two cats, and the Yampy dog,
Hmm.
and no Christmas tree. Can I tell you about Christmas trees very briefly? A few years ago, we had two lots of new neighbours come in with young children. And you know the thing about putting Christmas lights out. And I was saying, I remember as a kid going, Dad used to drive us round Solihull and Shirley and bloody Acox Green and God knows where, looking at all the Christmas lights. I said, let's get the Christmas tree down,
Yeah.
the artificial Christmas tree down from upstairs. We've got a little coffee table. We'll put that in the porch. We'll put the lights on and then put the run the plug through the everywhere and get that up. She said, what for? I said, well, for the kids, so they can see all the lovely Christmas lights. Do you know what her answer was? And I know this is being recorded, but we should be okay. Fuck the kids. So the Christmas tree has stayed up there for the past 20 years. That's
well.
how much we love. That's how much she loves Christmas because she's always working anyway.
Well, it's, I think, like without children, I was saying this to a group in the gym the other day. If you haven't got children, there's not much point, I mean, I live on my own. I haven't got one single decoration in here. I just haven't. It just doesn't interest me. And when it's the 26th of December, it'll just be like the 24th of December. You know what I mean? It's like the house will look exactly the same.
Like you say, Christmas Day could be on the 9th of June, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not religious. That's the main. One of the main things is, if you're religious, then put a tree up. If you're not religious, don't bother with a tree. Somebody said, have you got his tree up? I said, yeah, I've got it up. I said, it's upstairs in my cupboard. And that's where it's been for years. You know where else? I don't do Christmas. I decide Christmas with a pattern.
It's a bit different over here. Like Christmas isn't really celebrated in Spain. It's like Christmas Eve is when you have like a dinner and kids get a few bits and pieces of presents. But the 6th of January is a big day in Spain, Three Kings. That's like the main day. That's when kids get all the presents, and it's the big celebration is the 6th of January. So you sort of have a double whammy over here if you're an expat, because you have your Christmas, which I don't. I'm working Boxing Day. I'm not bothered about Christmas at all. And 6th of January we have to go off. It's what we call a red day. It's a national holiday. So everywhere's a bit different, but it is of course a religious thing, isn't it? Apparently, but I think that's well gone.
Did any of you growing up ever have a royal Christmas tree?
Yeah.
What a fucking nightmare they are. Why the hell anyone would want to bring this thing into your house that does nothing but flipping drop pine needles everywhere? You walk downstairs in the morning and you haven't put your slippers on or whatever. You end up with flipping needles all in the bottom of your feet. So in inventions, you've got sort of like the wheel is obviously number one, got the microwave number two, fake plastic Christmas trees would have to be number three.
Air fryer comes before microwave, Pete. Haven't you got an air fryer, Pete?
I've bowed and.
Feliz Navidad.
Oh, police nobby dot. Feliz Navidad. Yeah, you've got an air fryer, Pete.
I bow to pressure of the kids to say, "Oh, you've got to have one. You've got to have one." I mean, to be fair, they're all right, but I'm a man of tradition. A microwave will do for me, mate.
The thing with microwaves is
we
you
bought
can't
an air fryer last year. We said instead of buying each other presents, we'll buy a present for the house. So we bought an air fryer. That was last year, last Christmas. We obviously bought some presents each as well. Guess how many times we've used that air fryer?
every day, I hope.
None.
Bloody hell.
It's
I
never
never-
been used.
Every
It's
day.
never
Yeah.
been used.
I rarely use my oven anymore. Virtually never.
Yeah,
The only
Simon,
thing
Simon.
I'd say if you're going to go an air fryer is get one that's big enough.
Peter, you just said you like microwaves. It's the first time I've seen them this week. I bought them. Pucker pies, chicken pies, pucker. You can put in your microwave for 3 minutes.
Yes, I've seen them.
Have you seen them, Pete?
I haven't seen them, no, but I love me old pucker pies, mate. But
Well, you've only been out on the market. I think I'm right, Angus, in saying this. They've only been out. It's chicken pie, pucker pie, and 3.5 minutes in a microwave, Pete.
They're bloody beautiful, mate. I've had one.
Yeah, they are really nice.
I'll tell you what, anyone that listens to this recording is going to be thinking, Jesus, it'll be the last time I tune into this crap.
Pucker pies.
I think we're watching the last of the summer wine.
We'll go viral. Honestly, Steve, it'll go viral.
We
Well,
could do
release it to the
women on
BBC.
this, couldn't we, really, to even it
That's
out a
1,
little
2,
bit?
3, 4. Look, listen to six old men talking bollocks.
We got 24,000 people in the project. We're a big Birmingham City Football Club, and what we're talking about is Christmas
Pucker
trees,
pies.
microwave puddings, and air fryers.
Life without women. Richard, you're right, mate. I thought we just check on
Clive.
Richard. Have you got a woman there, Richard?
Yes, I've got a wife, Steve.
All right.
Unfortunately,
Tell her we didn't mean any harm if she can hear us talking.
no, I'm at work again, Steve, or else I'd have been at the Christmas party.
Oh yeah, mate. Yeah. Did you get a message, Richard, about moderation?
Yes. What's the name? Em messaged me yesterday.
Yeah. All
So,
right, that's good. Is
I
it
wonder-
something you're interested in?
Yeah, I said I'll have a chat with her next week, next Sunday.
Perfect, mate. All right. I just thought I'd mention it while you were there because I asked her to get in touch with you and she
Yeah,
has. So.
that's fine, Steve. Yeah, I said we'll have a chat on Sunday because I should be free next Sunday to go along.
Brilliant. Yeah, because next week is the children in care, of course. I would think our party is probably it's 11:30 there, isn't it? So half an hour's time, all the kids will be turning up to get.
Yeah, I wish I could have been there, but nobody'd swap on the
Yeah.
rota, so I'm stuck with
We
Sunday.
booked Santa for the 2 Sundays. He just got back from Cyprus, so we had to get on to it and book him for the 2 days. He's got a lot of bookings. He's busy this time of the year.
Santa from Cyprus.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, he was on holiday in Cyprus. and so we got him coming. Em's boyfriend and my daughter are dressing as elves.
Are they?
Yeah.
Great.
I don't know what. I think Burnsy's got a Grinch outfit. I don't know who's wearing it yet. But it'll be interesting anyway. It should be good. There's going to be like like your girls' dance group, Pete. Tony's daughter's in a similar thing, and they're going to do like a 5-minute set for the kids.
Oh, great.
I think it'll be really good. Yeah, it should be a really good band. A DJ.
I wish I could have been there, but nobody wanted to swap for a Sunday, so I'm stuck.
Yeah. Well, like obviously I could have gone, but you'd have to have a kid.
Better time than the kids.
Eh?
I said, by the sound of it, the adults will have a better time than the kids.
Well,
Yeah.
the bar's open
Yeah.
for the whole
Oh,
time.
that's a
The beer
question.
is the only thing you have to pay for today.
Steve, who knows where's this Diggity's place?
Digbeth.
St
Yeah,
Anne's.
where's it near? Where's the landmark in,
But if you
in
come down
Digbeth
Bradford
near?
Street,
Bradford Street, St Anne's Church.
Mhm.
Bradford Street, St Anne's
Well,
Church.
on the same road as the spotted dog, Digbeth
Oh, is
spotted
this?
dog.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, I know the church. Is it the
Yeah.
church hall then?
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
On the right hand side when you go past Spotted Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spotted dog's on the left. You carry on.
Oh, I know.
Traffic
It's
lights.
it's a lovely place, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, got it.
it's got it looking absolutely amazing as well, to be fair to him.
Yeah,
you know,
where did I see a picture on Facebook of it? Yesterday, was it?
I don't know. We've seen the grottos this morning. The grottos are up there really, really.
Have you got the pictures of the grottos up? I know you can't put a picture of the children up.
We haven't put them up. I mean, I can show you what the grotto looks like if you want to wait 1 minute.
I'll see what a grotto's like. I used to be Father Christmas here for the children.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hey!
Steve, you know, you were talking about the ground,
Yeah.
the new ground. Don't you think that our ground, we've outgrown our ground? There's just not enough space, is there? At half time in the Gilmerick, you can't get round to the toilets, you can't get to the bar.
Can you see the
people.
grotto? There it is. Look, hold on. I've got to just get it right, or it won't pick up because of my background. Hold on.
Very
Oh,
nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
See it?
Yeah.
You can't see
Lovely.
me clearly because of my background, but there it is. Look, it's really, really good. Well,
I tell you what, Steve, they don't want to watch it. Rachel Reeves will be wanting to pay flipping tax for that house.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God! Don't get onto politics, for God's sake.
no.
We'll stick to pies.
Yeah.
So on.
Anyway, Steve, I just wanted to ask: don't you think we've outgrown St Andrews? Yesterday in the Gilmerick at half time, you couldn't bloody move. You couldn't get to the bar. You couldn't get through to the toilets. It was just mayhem. And that yesterday wasn't the capacity.
It obviously depends. You know, I think Gilmerick's had quite a few issues with getting in and getting out and stuff.
Oh man, you just can't move in the Gilmerick at half time.
Yeah.
If you wait till 45 minutes and the whistle blows, by the time you get down there, you can't bloody move for people.
Yeah. It's a shame because I'm pretty sure the club would want every single person that wants to spend a penny, not literally, you know, like wants to spend £1. They take the money off them, you know, so the club won't be happy about queues and that. But I think logistically, you just have to accept now that it's different to how it used to be. Like when St Andrew was built, I don't know if you remember the refreshments places, like downstairs, Pete, in the railway where the What's It Club was, you know, and all those places. Yeah, it was just like a big open bar. You go in, you buy your Kit Kat or whatever, and that was it. Of course, it's a lot different now. There's pies, there's pints, there's you know, it's a different animal now. St Andrews isn't made for that, is it really?
Yeah.
I mean, where would they be without the fan park, the fan zone?
Exactly. Well, you
I
can't.
was watching the game yesterday on the Charlton feed, and this guy, they do this thing like where they a bit of advertising for their club, you know, and they said, and before the game, come to the fan zone, and there's this like tennis court with a fence around it with some lights on it, and the kids are playing football. And the bloke goes, and it's great. I come every day. Every time we come to the valley, we come in the fan zone. Here it is. Look, and there's about 4 kids kicking a ball around. And he goes, and over there, I can get a pint while they're playing on the fan zone. So, and there's like about 3 little kiosks where you can go and get a pint. And I thought, bloody hell, like, you know, compare that to ours. Well, we didn't have one a year ago, did we? Or 2 years ago?
No.
And look what that's turned into, you know. So, I mean, that's sort of progression, and what you would have to do, obviously, you can't use that. But
Can we just open the door for 5 minutes so you can bring your stuff in?
Yeah, hang on.
you can't have it every way, can you?
Anyway, so next week, Steve, yeah.
Yeah.
So after the drama and fallout about yesterday's game will have subsided, we got a week without a game, haven't we? Until we play Sheffield United.
Yeah.
So we got a bit of a cunning plan, haven't we, to do a bit of light-hearted stuff. And what was your thoughts about doing, rather than individual players, to do your favourite team of the 1960s, the favourite team of the 1970s, to do something like that? And that's the...
Yeah, we can do, yeah.
You know, that,
I mean, obviously, the 60s, you're only going to get like a year or two of it from most of us, if any. The 70s, yeah, the 80s, yeah, the 90s, I mean, yeah.
You know where I'd struggle though, Steve, is when we get into the 2000s, because that would become more of a blur than stuff that was happening in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah, it's weird because like my fondest memories of Blues was when I first started going when I was a child. It was just something special. I mean, it still is something special, of course it is. Like it's big for all of us. But yeah, we'll do something like that. I mean, what are we going to do any more on our COVID thing?
I'm well up for that, especially with like what's been happening the last week or so, hospital-wise.
I think it might be worth doing one more of those first, if we can get one in the week. We could run it in with the retirement thing as well, if you wanted to. We might be better to do two shorter ones, like complete the COVID one for an hour, and then we'll do a retirement one for an hour, perhaps the following week or something.
Yeah. But it'd be nice to get a lot of interaction on them as well. Like I say, with the football, and so we keep telling everyone will have an opinion, won't they? You'll get somebody saying, "Oh, what you got Trevor Francis on for? He's shit, he is."
Yeah. But you have to remember as well. I know, like it's a bit like when I do my live ones in the week. At the time, there's only probably like 20 people on the live one, but it's actually viewed by over 1,000 people because it's stored for a month. So if you are working in the daytime and you can't see my live at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then you just watch it at night. That's what happens. And it's the same with this. You know, someone will be sitting at home bored and I think, what shall I do? Oh, I could go listen to them old fuckers for an hour.
Cook a pie.
So remember that people listen to what you're saying, Although at this point they've probably been turned off for about an hour. So, but we will do that next week if you want. We'll sort a night out, Pete and Clive. Well, any of you that want to join us, and I'll put it out there and let you know when it is. More than likely going to be about 5:30 UK time, something like that, if you can. The earlier the better, because it's an hour later for me, and I start work at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So it makes it a long day if I get on too late. But if we can get I think we did one where it was a 4:30 UK, wasn't it, Pete? I don't know if you can finish at that sort of time.
Yeah, could do. Anyway, you cheeky bugger, you have a flipping 2-hour siesta, you do, don't you?
I do sometimes.
He's getting on a bit, he needs it.
Yeah, but I do. Listen, I get up I open the gym at 6, and every day I have 2 hours of exercise before I do anything else. Right, that's within my work. That's within my work remit. That is, and then the rest of the day. But by the time you get home, I ain't 25 anymore, you know what I mean? I'm like, fucking hell. It's a bit tiring. But we all have our cross to bear. Clive, of course, is like a lady of leisure now, ain't you, son?
31st of December, I retire.
See what I mean?
and my consultant said there's not much you can do with a movement of your neck. So it's been forced onto me a little bit, but it might be things like a bit of charities, volunteering work I can do. I'm looking to live on site with my job as a caretaker, so I have to move out. I'm looking for little flats at the moment to either buy or rent.
You
or
can always
so
do a bit of volunteer work for us if you want.
Well, I'll see what happens because it's with my pension and with the Birmingham City Council pension like that. I think if I'm getting my full entitlement of my pension, I might not be able to do it. It determines what kind of work I can do after that.
Well, you can volunteer.
I think I can, yes. So I'll find all that out.
But you'll be like, fucking hell, you'll be moving into a big mansion if you got a Birmingham City pension, won't you?
I wish.
And
Clive,
people
why
as well,
31st of December? Is that your birthday?
No, I just thought, why not? If I'm going to finish sometime, and I have to finish sometime over the last month, this month, next month.
Okay.
I just thought the 31st, that's all.
Yeah. Just call me Noel.
Okay,
25th of December, me.
25th.
Yeah.
Why didn't they name you Noel?
What, Noel Blake?
That song about Noel Cantwell. Noel. That is the name of that bastard Cantwell. Do you remember that? Don't you remember that? Noel Cantwell. He used to play for
West Brom
United and Coventry, I think.
Oh, man. I was coming home on the train last night from where did it go? Snow Hill, and I was supposed to be getting off in Hall Green, and there was a guy on the train, and he was singing all the old blues songs, and we were having a right laugh. I missed my bloody train stop. I ended up getting off at Shirley and going for another beer.
Well, when Pete and I were talking to Pauline Edwards, who is John Vincent's widow, she was saying about the songs when she was, and I remember the old Freddie Pickering one, like "Come On Without, Come On Within."
Yeah,
you're not seeing nothing like Fred Pickering and Johnny Vincent, and the one my favourite, it used to sound brilliant, was Jimmy Greenough. Ooh, ooh. Do you remember that? Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh. It sounded brilliant. That ooh, ooh. Everyone's gone.
I'm still here.
Clive and Richard have just gone off for a pint together. Oh, he's back. Anyway, I think we're going to probably call it a day now, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be having some kind of interaction with the Christmas party at some point. We'll make sure everything's all right. Anyway, thanks for joining us today. Pete, what night we want to do this thing? Tuesday if you want.
Yeah, that'd be all right. Yeah,
and we'll try and work the time out. I'll let you know, Clive. Your mic's off, Clive. Your mic's off.
What time?
But 5.
5 is good for me. 5 is better for me. Yeah.
All right, and 5 then, because that's 6 for me, so I should be done by 7. It means I can eat. So we're going to do the second part of the COVID one, all right?
Okay.
We good with that, Pete?
Brilliant. Yeah.
And obviously, Angus, you want to come, you're more than welcome. Richard?
Yeah, I'm off Tuesday, so I'll try and get on there.
All right, mate, yeah. And I'll probably be doing a live tomorrow afternoon, about 3 UK time, I think, just to discuss the game on Saturday.
Yeah, probably won't make that, Steve. I'm working tomorrow, but I'll catch up later on like I usually do.
No problem, mate. Guys, thank you so much for coming and speaking to me today. And Clive, thank you. Pete, lovely to see you, mate.
Yeah, lovely to listen to everybody as well.
Yeah, Angus, thank you. Richard, thank you. Dave, Peg, thank you for joining us. And we'll see what sort of feedback we get on it, eh?
Yeah, take care all. Have a good Sunday. Catch up with you soon.
Bye.
See you all. Thank you. Laters, guys.
Right.
Later, Richard.
See you.